What up, everybody? Happy day after Mother's Day to all out there. So I realized that this isn't Mother's Day, and I could have maybe done this on Mother's Day, but I realized I don't want to say how ridiculous the day is, but kind of how ridiculous the day is. Like, we should be appreciating not just our moms, but the moms that we are, a hell of a lot more than once a year. So, first and foremost, a happy Mother's Day to everyone out there, and late, obviously. If Mother's Day is hard for you, if you struggle with infertility or you had miscarriages or lost little ones, we're thinking of you. But what I wanted to do, I myself have a wicked awesome mom, and so I thought that I would share a few lessons that I've learned from my mom. Some of them are going to be a little bit, well, actually, one of them for sure is like, this is how you do something. The rest of them are a little bit deeper, I guess you'd say. So first and foremost, my mom has always told me to never wish time away. If you knew me in high school, I've said this before, but I was a huge worrier. I was a type A personality. Everything had to be just so, and if it wasn't just so, I would freak the heck out. And so I would be like, oh, I can't wait until this test is done. Oh, I can't wait until this tough conversation I have is over. I can't wait until I can't wait for the next part of my life. And my mom was always one to bring me back and be like, Markel, there will come a time when you wish that you had the problems that you have right now. Your problems are not really problems. You are right where you're meant to be. And so, number one, never wish a day, a month, a week, a year, never wish anything away. Wrapping in with number two, how I said that I used to be a very type A personality, is that the do stuff, the tasks that we get wrapped up in, are not near as important as making sure that we are happy in the here and now. That good enough is not really ever enough, unless we're talking about I've studied for 50 hours for this test, or I put how many hours into this presentation, and at some point, good enough is good enough. Except when it comes to your own happiness, your own joy that you find in life. Next thing I wrote down, this is the practical one that I was telling you about, is how to string Christmas lights. My mom has always been a huge Christmas fan, and so we always have like multiple Christmas trees in our house. And she taught me that you never wrap your Christmas lights around the tree, because otherwise you're going around like 20 times, right? Wrap your lights up and down, so then you're not going back and forth. You go up, you go down, you move. You go up, you go down, you move. I realize that lesson isn't applicable for another 7 months, but a good reminder. Next lesson I learned from my mom is that it is possible to take care of hearts while also taking care of business. Just because you're assertive and stand up for yourself does not mean you're a bad person. It actually means the total opposite. And that's something that I've struggled with. As I've grown older, I kind of got, I don't want to say passive aggressive, but I was a huge doormat before. And that's not something that I was ever learned. That's not something that I observed from my parents. I picked that up. And so a good reminder, stand up for yourself. Another thing, messes happen. I used to be the person that I'd get my car detailed once a year, and you might not notice looking on the outside, but the inside of my car was always spotless. And I'd get into my mom's vehicle and be like, what the heck, Mom? How does this happen? You're one person. Your kids aren't even home anymore. And I realized my mom's vehicle looks like that because my mom is, yes, she's always on the go, but she's always doing everything for everybody else. And so that stuff happens. And so especially when you have kids, that was actually the turning point for me, is I've got 2 dogs at home. And I realized that if I were to keep my car clean, I would be doing nothing but cleaning my car all the time. So messes are okay. Also tied in with that is that being late is sometimes just inside of you. It is in your every fiber of your being, if you want to say that. I try hard to leave early. It never happens. It never happens, people. I read an article one time that said that people who are optimistic are more than likely to run late because they always think they can fit in one more thing. They can do that one more thing. So I'm going to run with that. And then I'm also going to say that I learned that from my mom. We were always the family that was running late. And so I guess that kind of ties in with that better late than never, I guess. I don't want to say the good enough, but the being late is okay. Let's see. Oh, last thing that I learned, and that I think has really benefited me, not just in my personal life, but in my life as a chiropractor, and that is that people are always people. They aren't just a patient. They aren't just a number. They aren't just my mom is an administrator of a nursing home back in South Dakota. People aren't just a bed in your nursing home. People are people. And so there are always ways to relate to someone, to take better care of them, to let them know that they are loved and cared for. And I think that has really helped me to become not just the person that I am, but the chiropractor that I am. And so I hope my mom watches this. I did get the chance to enjoy a little bit of time with her yesterday. But a happy Mother's Day to you, Mom. I love you very much. And a happy Mother's Day to all of you out there. We have a ton of moms in our practice, a ton of awesome moms at that. Dr. T's a mom, Lindy's a mom, a lot of patient family. So happy belated Mother's Day. We love you very much. Thank you for everything that you do. Till next time.